And we're back. It just goes head to head over here, right? It's a really, really packed day. And you know what? Somehow I'm so glad that I can sit in the studio for the whole day because we have a nice air condition. The seats are somehow comfy, but I don't need to run around on the show floor because it's Saturday. This is a public show. That means this is a madhouse. This is a public mayhem going on here throughout the different halls. I'm so happy to have Ken Ong over here. He is the director of global communications from LG Electronics, coming straight out of Seoul, I guess.
Straight is right.
Yeah?
Very straight.
So that is no more jet lag, 6 hours of time difference.
We stopped at Frankfurt, so you know. Get some beers and you're fine. Okay.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Ken, well, this year, once again, a quite exciting year for LG. New launch of your latest flagship phone. Pretty much announced as the best camera phone. The most amazing aperture lens that ever made it to the market in a smartphone at f1.8. Absolutely stunning device. Plus, it has this nice leather back. You know what?
You have one?
Of course. Guys, I'm prepared. Somehow.
in
You know what? I don't even have to look at it. I have like 4 or 5 phones in there, and I have one here.
Yes, that is.
I just know it by the size, which phone it is, and. I mean, look at this. I need to show you this because I still think that for 2016, for 2015, for 2040, for 2030, whatever came before, this is the most beautiful smartphone that is out there. And this is basically because it's this very, very unique leather bag. And there's another thing that I love about LG is, well, maybe I should just switch it on first. I'm sure it is recharged. Yeah, there we go. They were the first ones to introduce something like moving all the switches and buttons to the back. What does this mean? You have this amazingly clean front, and you know what? There are no more buttons here on the side. And when they started this with the first, with the LG G2, this was all about creating this very, very thin bezels on the side, right? So the screen to size ratio of this device is just absolutely amazing. Oh, you know what? I actually just updated it, I guess. And once again, the camera is out of control. And look, Ken has a black version of it.
It's got a different texture.
Yeah. I just like it. It comes in like 7 or 8 different versions.
Depending on the market, yes.
Yeah, depending on the market. I just love this one. Absolutely amazing phone. This is a 2K display, and yeah. It is out of control when it comes to the camera, especially when you're trying to take pictures in a low light environment, because the combination of this f1.8 aperture lens with an optical image stabilizer, I mean, seriously, this is something that no one else can offer you right now. So I really love this one.
But I'm going to take this a step further, Sascha, and tell you that we're not finished this year.
You're not finished this year.
We're not finished this year when it comes to innovating on the camera. We have things in the pipeline for very soon after IFA that you may hear about toward the end of this show.
Yeah.
Not this show, but the IFA show.
Yeah.
Where we're going to continue to push the envelope when it comes to features on a smartphone beyond just display, battery, buttons, and materials. So that's all I can say for now, but you heard it here first, and you'll probably get more information probably within 3 or 4 days.
I'm not sure if Ken is expecting to get away with this right now so easily.
That is all I can say, but it just goes to show you the whole ecosystem, the environment for smartphones, doesn't end with, the MWC. It doesn't end with IFA. Yeah. It continues until the end of the year, and then into CES. So it's a constantly evolving, innovating industry.
Yeah.
You can't stop for more than 2 or 3 months. You have to have something new every few weeks. And like, you know, remember this? Remember, I know you like this. I mean, the Urbane.
I have it with me.
Yeah, I mean, this is just one of 3 Android Wear devices that we have introduced. And as you know, a few days ago, they introduced that this will work now with iPhones.
Right.
And so, I mean, imagine all this innovation happening constantly, and this is how busy we are, but we've got a new smartwatch coming up within a few weeks as well. Again, that's all I can say, but it's not over with this device or the device you see on our floor, the Lux, the Urbane Lux, the 23-carat smartwatch, which will be selling within a few days, starting in the U.S. So again, we're constantly doing something different to capture the imagination of the consumer.
Well, when you're following me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Google+, and throughout the videos and on my blog, you know that they won me over with the G-Watch Urbane. And you know why? Because I wear watches. I love watches. I know that I'm not wearing a smartwatch right now, but a traditional chronograph. But I have used this scenarios when I'm switching back to my smartwatch. And I'm wearing them as jewelry.
Accessories.
You know, and as accessories.
Exactly.
So then I have these days, I want to get my Urbane on, right? Or I don't want to wear a watch at all, or I just want to go for a Tissot or Breitling or whatever, right? So it's just changing. And you were one of the first companies, not one of the first companies, you were the first company to win me over with this. Yes, there have been round smartwatches before, at least one. But you know, they couldn't really get me. You were the first one to go all premium, and this was also a combination of the case itself, the materials that you were using. I loved the little crown that you've had already. Plus, I loved your leather band. Right? The leather band that comes with the Urbane is beautiful. It looks great. Nice. You're using standards, so I can exchange it into something else.
Yeah.
And
each model gets better.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, right now we have 3 Android Wear devices, and we also have a WebOS device, as you know. The Urbane LTE. Like I said, we're going to have more devices coming out even before the holiday season is upon us.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's exciting about this industry, is that you can't stop for more than a few weeks. You always have to have something new. One thing I do want to say is we believe that there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all smartwatch.
Right.
You know, we have to keep coming out with different designs, different features, because like accessories, like jewelry, one doesn't fit for everyone. And other companies may think that. We don't. We are happy to make many for the diverse audience that's out there.
I agree, and it's a diverse market, right? Especially when you're entering this kind of fashionish, stylish accessory market, and then it's about choice, right? And I love choice. I love to have options, right?
Sure.
And then,
even these, I mean, even something like this is a fashion accessory nowadays. You know, these wireless headsets.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, we should give credit to, you know, Beats, but again, I think people are starting to accept these, as I have 3 different kinds of wireless headsets that I'm going to wear depending on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
And I've seen this, I saw this device on Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we did not pay them to show it. Isn't that amazing?
There you go.
It was on the show because it looked futuristic and fit within the story plot.
Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure that your engineers were completely crazy when they saw this and when they heard about this.
Unfortunately, this doesn't play in Korea.
Oh, but at least you could send it over. Yes. Look, here's some screenshots. Here's the YouTube video. And once again, guys, if you have any question towards Ken, towards the latest innovations from LG, what they brought to the market, what they might bring to the market, I'm not sure if he's going to answer on this, but we can try it.
You can ask.
Here's something that is very, very closely connected to IFA.
Mm-hmm.
My first LG smartphone, that was the one that was basically the first dual-core smartphone that came to the market with the NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor.
It was a 2X, Optimus 2X, I believe.
That was the Optimus. And that is already like 5 years ago.
It's a long time ago.
Oh my God. So, and
I mean, there's a chip that we haven't heard of in many, many years.
yeah. And the way I thought, okay, I think now they really got it. Now they find their rhythm was when you launched the LG G2 in New York.
I think
and that was the most beautiful. And you know what? I'm still recommending it to some people, especially in the US.
Wow.
You can buy a new version in the US for below $200. And when they're asking me for something below $250, I'm saying, try to get an LG G2. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Great screen, great camera, great battery life, right? And it looks great, right? And this is over 2 years old. And this is where we can see, how a company comes in terms of innovation, in terms of product quality and quality management. And I think you are there. This is all premium now.
We learned a lot. We learned a lot from the G2 and every phone prior to that. What we learned with the G2 is that the large display doesn't necessarily have to feel like a phablet.
Yeah.
With thin bezels. It can be a normal smartphone. We also learned that people love having an SD card slot. In some markets, we had the G2 that had a removable battery. Not all markets. We weren't sure what people wanted. Did they want one that had an embedded battery and it was a little larger, or did they want one that was removable and a little bit smaller? So we tried both, and we discovered that people liked the removable battery.
Yeah.
So with the G3, and then after that, the G4, we included both.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best decision we ever made, because people who normally would not have considered an LG device were looking at LG devices because all the other major competitors did not have those.
You're giving them the options. We've been talking already about option. I think it's good to have one. Plus, to be honest, sometimes I'm just getting, when you're complaining about this, they're trying to explain it in the way like, but it would affect our design.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I said just a couple of minutes ago, this is still the most beautiful smartphone that is out there, right? And it has a removable battery. So I think this is more about thinking outside of the box with your designers and engineers to create something like this. And once again, when I'm sitting in a bar in Taipei and I put this on the bar, the first thing that people are doing and just asking, what is this? And they want to hold it in their hands, right? And you know what I love about this? When you're getting the one with the leather back, this is always a unique device. There's not a single one that looks the same because it is leather. It is a natural material. And, I'm also getting the people were asking me, but you know what? It's going to age. And I said, hell yeah, thank God it does. Because it looks even better after a while.
Leather
right?
ages, right?
This got much darker. Yes, it just sort of, it is aging. But it's going to be a very, very unique one. And I just love this idea. And once again, the removable battery really worked out. One statement from the chat. Hannes is saying, my brother just bought an LG washing machine, and he is absolutely delighted by it. Has nothing to do with smartphone, but I just wanted to let you know.
The success we have in other areas definitely counts toward the success we're having in smartphones.
Yeah.
I mean, people who never would have considered an LG smartphone would if they bought an LG TV or an LG washing machine and were happy with that.
Yeah.
Right? Going back to this device, if you don't like the worn leather look, and hey, to each his own or her own, you can buy a new back.
Exactly.
Right? So it's choice.
Yeah.
If you like the worn leather look, keep it.
Yeah.
If you don't, replace it. That's what LG is about.
We need to show you a device that they announced just a couple of days before IFA. You know what? This is also quite interesting. This race for the press releases and the launches. It's already happening right before IFA. And this is a device where we got lots of comments on the site on. And it's this little, shall I say stick or a little box here? But guess what? It's going to happen when I open it. This is a keyboard. So this is the first keyboard that you can roll. Look at this. How cool is that? It's a Bluetooth keyboard. Can you just show us how you're going to operate it and how you would use it?
Yeah, seriously, it's funny because people have been really interested in this out of all our devices here. And it's only an accessory, like $100 accessory. So the benefits are obvious, right? I mean, there's no on-off button. You open it, and the Bluetooth signal, you can see the light, goes on, right? It has a rigid build, so you can actually type it on your lap. Unlike other, foldable keyboards, which kind of sag in the middle or fold in the middle. I can type away here, and it has little legs that come out in the back.
Oh, so I can place my tablet or my phone in there.
I mean, that's the whole purpose, is you can have everything to type, to touch type in your pocket. So you have this in one pocket, and you have this in your other, right? And look, there's no bulk. I just pull this out. I can fend off attackers, or I can type. And everything. Look, I mean, this is amazing in itself. Is that not everything has to be recharged these days. I mean, you think about all the micro USB cords you have around your house. This is just a simple battery that lasts 3 months.
There you go.
You get 4 of these, it'll take you through the whole year. You don't have to ever plug this in, all right? Again, sometimes going back to the original technology is better.
I like that.
And in cases where you don't have to recharge every day, it makes more sense to have something like this, because it can't be simpler than just taking out a battery and popping in a new one, right?
This is so smart. Can you tell us a little bit about the pricing? Was it like $99 or so?
Well, again, because we just announced this, as you said, a few days before IFA, we haven't actually gone to the retailers and negotiated retail prices with them. But we're thinking somewhere a little north of $100 is probably in the stars retail. Of course, everything is discounted nowadays, especially online. But we think it's going to sell very well. Why? Because it's convenient. To be able to put this in a bag.
Absolutely.
Or to put this in your jacket pocket. It's a no-brainer.
I was surprised by this kind of physical feedback that you're getting from the keys, right? Because there's so many of these very, very slim and foldable keyboards out there where I just don't have the feeling of a real keyboard, where it feels kind of flimsy and
spongy.
Exactly.
This has tactile feedback.
This is really working out. I'm getting this haptical feedback. Exactly.
If you're a touch typist, this is this type. The thing about this type of rollable design, which has never been done before, is that we can really go as wide as we want with it. I mean, people aren't going to complain because it's a little bit longer, right? It's got 17 millimeter key pitch. I don't know if you have studied typewriters or reviewed typewriters in the past, but key pitch is the distance between the middle of this key and the next key, right? 17 millimeters. Do you know what a normal PC keyboard is?
It's exactly the same.
18.
Or 18.
I mean, 17 versus 18. If you want to touch type and you can type with more than 2 fingers, this is the perfect keyboard for you, because it'll feel very comfortable. You don't have to, scrunch your fingers up.
It's something for the mobile road warrior, right? I just love it. And it's for professionals that want to travel light, right? Whether you're going to use your smartphone, whether you're going to use your tablet, you have a great combination if you really, really, really want to produce some written content, and where you can't use a touchscreen keyboard anymore, which is just... it's good for one-handed messaging, let's get it right. But at the end of the day, you just can't beat a traditional keyboard, at least not as long as a voice recognition. It's just so smart and so...
weight-wise, between this and that.
Exactly. I'm here, and this is already a light one. This is 1.2 kilos, 1.3 kilos, right? And this will be basically like 200 grams.
200 grams. 1/5 of a kilogram.
That is amazing. Very, very interesting.
Accessories business is growing because mobiles is maturing. So when mobiles mature, people are looking for ways to personalize. The accessories business is multi-billion-dollar industry that many companies overlook.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. This market is huge. The best indicator for a successful a phone or successful tablet in Taiwan is when I'm just walking down the computer marks and I'm going to the accessory store, and I can see how many accessories they built for the different device, because then I knew right away this must be a very, very successful phone over here on this market.
Absolutely.
And because it's so dynamic and they can react so quickly, they just know in like 2 to 4 weeks, how many handsets and how many units that the telcos are just sending into the market, and then they're building their accessory lines.
Well, a lot of companies, because they don't want to get involved and get their hands dirty in accessories, they outsource it. They take a few percent from the licensing. We're going to make it ourselves. Why? Because we have manufacturing capabilities. We can do this stuff. We have designers in-house. We have engineers, and we have material scientists. Why not do it ourselves? And then if third-party companies want to follow suit, hey, even better. But we have our own accessories business because we can.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to know more about what's happening with LG, just wait. Straight after IFA, something is about to happen, and we should check this out. Ken, thank you so much for your time. What I would love to do is, because I think, is the show starting again? Yeah, I think the show is starting. This thing is called Igor, and maybe yes, guys. Can we get one of the cameras out and can we film that? I will just voice over it, right? Because we've never had this on the stream. I think we should take a look at it. And you guys on the stream, you're gonna love it. This is. Come on, Ken. We're gonna take a look. Oh no, we need to disconnect you from your microphone. But before that, I will take one of the camera guys with us and gonna check it out. Okay, let's just do this. Now check this out. So as I said, he's called Igor, and they're gonna have a little bit of a performance with him here, and it is really cool. If you would have asked me if Intel is having a show like this here, right? I like 3-4 years ago, I would have said, no way. This is just crazy. But now it's about art meeting technology, and also, as you can tell, I mean, look at the crowd here at the booth. Everyone is taking pictures. Everyone is doing recordings, doing video recordings, and it's like an experience, right? And they have this, look at this 360 degrees displays that we have all around this booth. Here we go. Isn't this awesome? It's something else, right? It gives you just, 5 minutes to get it together again after a stressful day or after a stressful hour, and just to watch something, just to consume something that you may have never seen before. As I said, all I can say is the way Intel is presenting themselves here at the show floor, it's just so different compared to the years before. We've had an amazing band here last night. It was Deichkind, old school German electro punk / hip hop group. They've been really rocking the hall and the stage. And then we also have this performance here, like once in an hour. It is pretty cool. So now we're coming to the finale. At least you guys know now where the music is coming from. I can hear in the background of our live stream and this deep bass. How about that, huh? That's pretty cool. Guys, we're going to have a quick commercial break and should be back in about 5 minutes, yeah? So I see you soon.